Cool. So when I introduce the guests, I'll say, like, Bunny with L. Mm-hmm. Sound good? So we're, like, acknowledging your presence, but keeping the focus away from you, which seems like more your vibe.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Can I do that as well?
No, Mix.
Keep the focus away from me.
No, Mix, you're a co-host. We keep the focus on you. Welcome to Don't Scare the Newbies, a podcast where we talk kink, raw and unfiltered. I'm Kirizal, a lifestyle submissive and a 24/7 dynamic who likes their kink heavy, intense, and scary.
And I'm S, Kirizal's dominant, who knows how to deliver all of the above.
And today we have a guest. Bunny is joining us with L to talk about wet and messy, balloons, and all things silliness. Hey, so welcome to Bunny and welcome to Elle.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Really appreciate you coming to chat to us. As we were talking about, like, before we got set up with all of our microphones and trailing cables everywhere, it's nice for us to get to talk about an area of kink that me and Mix have very limited experience and knowledge of, instead of us just banging on about our interests all the time, getting someone who's an expert in a completely different field. It's very exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting to be able to talk about the weirder kind of fetishes that I have.
Because I think it's the reason that I've sort of combined these two together is partly because you do both of them. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it gives us a good amount of stuff to talk about. But also, I think there's a perception a lot of the time of kink of being this sort of like dark, edgy thing where it's a bunch of people in black leather in a poorly lit dungeon, crying and bleeding. And that has its place, mm-hmm. but there's a lot more variety than that, a lot more lighthearted stuff. Is that something that appeals to you about these kind of kinks?
Yeah, definitely. I really enjoyed the silliness of it. It's kind of, especially this last year, I've been really coming into my own kind of clowncore kind of aesthetic and just accepting that I enjoy the silly and I enjoy the strange. And yeah, wet and messy, and especially balloons. I think balloons is the big one where people kind of go, balloons? That's okay.
I realised that I totally skimmed past something as well. We've got two guests with us today, Bunny and Elle. The main focus is going to be on Bunny. We're going to be firing loads of questions at Bunny. Elle, you're mainly here, you said, sort of for moral support and the occasional interjection. Is that about right?
Yeah, that's right, yes.
Awesome. I just thought I'd give you an opportunity for us to hear your voice early on so that you're not sneaking up on our listeners an hour in.
Yeah, he facilitates my silliness.
Yeah. Encourages.
Yes.
That's an important role to have. I feel like Mix facilitates a lot of my silliness, but not so much in kink, more with the mad impulses I have. Like, I'm currently growing 3 sourdough starters in the kitchen that are my children.
I saw the update this morning. They're looking really well.
One of them is. I have one really well-behaved child and 2 problem children who will not rise yet.
We don't talk about those.
I'll disown them.
You seem really proud of all of them, though. You're kind of wandering around the kitchen, really excited, going, look how much they've grown, look at the bubbles. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I do sort of wag my finger at the problem children a little bit because they're not keeping up.
No. Yeah, you have to do that thing of saying, I don't have a favourite, no matter how untrue it actually is.
Yeah.
Although, what did you say earlier on? Because you scooped a little bit out, didn't you, and put it into scooped a little bit of the favoured child, and then put them into the jars with the other 2 children. It was like, we're going to put a little bit in here so that you can see what you need to do. So you follow their example, sort of thing.
Yeah,
kind of
because you have to
chiding them.
Yeah, as they grow, you have to discard some to make space in the jar. So I thought I'd put a little bit of the discard from the good one in with the misbehaving ones to show them how it's done.
Yeah.
I have no idea if that's how sourdough works, but we'll find out.
So I think we'll start with the one that fascinates me the most.
Okay.
Is balloons.
Okay, yeah.
I think of all the kinks that I know of, I think that's probably the one where I kind of go, I'm really interested to know what that's about.
Yeah.
Because I can't get my head around it myself. So kind of tell us about what's involved in balloons for you.
So balloons is a funny one because so balloons for me is a non-sexual kink.
Right.
It can be sexual, but for me primarily it is just kind of an exploration of like joy and fun. but we refer to ourselves as Looners.
Right.
So if you're ever interested in kind of looking up balloon porn and some reason you're like, balloon porn's not coming up with much, search Looner. There's a whole new world will open up to you.
There you go.
A lot of the time you do just have to know the right terms to find
Yes.
porn, don't you?
Yeah.
It's finding like how it's been categorized, and then you're like, here it is.
Yeah. For a long time when I first started getting into balloons, I was struggling to find where people got like the really big, like 60, 70-inch balloons.
Right.
Because I didn't know what to search. And that, again, it's one of those things you think, oh, giant balloon, super easy. No, you have to know like Catex, the Philex, like 68 inches, Nazic, all these different X's.
Right. There's secret hidden technical language behind the kink.
Yeah. It really is. It's like, I just want a 60-inch balloon, man. Like, but so for me, it's a non-sexual kink. It is more about the the joyous exploration and sort of allowing myself to be silly.
Mm-hmm.
But there are a lot of Looners out there who it is a sexual kink for them.
Yeah.
One of the big things is, especially for Looners with a penis, is underinflating a balloon and then using it like a fleshlight.
Right.
I do occasionally hump them.
Mm-hmm.
That tends to... It's less about the balloon in that aspect and more what else is going on in the scene. Like, we use balloons a lot where I'll kind of get myself to the edge, humping one or bouncing, and then usually I'm like sucking your cock. Like, it's not... The balloon is kind of in it, but it is not what is causing the sexual arousal. And, and a big sort of thing for me as well of why I like balloons is it can link into I enjoy pain quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So when I do sit pops, I tend to do them bare legs so that hopefully when the balloons pop, they'll hit my thighs and leave welts. Which not a lot of other Looners enjoy, which I recently learned when I was very excitedly talking about it, and they went, "Oh no, that's scary." And I was like, "Oh, that's one of my."
I would never even have considered that, but that's genius. That way of combining masochism into it, because that I imagine would be quite painful.
Especially the bigger the balloons are. Like one popped when I was doing a balloon room. And I was kind of just leaning over to get something else. I leant over a banner balloon. It popped, and I had a massive welt across like my boob and nipple. Just unexpected. And it was so painful. It was great.
That does sound like the worst possible outcome for me, because nipples are a hard limit for me, and I'm terrified of balloons. Yeah. So worst possible scene. But I love that for you.
Yeah, it's great for me. But yeah, anticipation is also another big part of it. Of awful for you again, but when's the balloon gonna pop? How far can you inflate it before it'll pop like in your face? Which I don't like. I'm a huge baby with popping balloons.
Right.
I really enjoy sit pops and stomping on them till they pop, because that's a controlled pop. I'm doing that for that to happen.
Yeah.
I don't like when they pop randomly or when I'm inflating them and they burst, because very much a big baby and I will go.
Because I was going to ask, is that part of it as well? It's quite a loaded question. Does size matter?
So, I can talk about this from two different perspectives. Of yes, for both ends. Mm-hmm. So to some Looners, the bigger the better. Like you want a big balloon because one of the sort of the big draws, I suppose, to balloons is that when they're bigger, they're kind of squishing. Like when you lean on them, it's the latex and it moves around your body, and that the bigger it is, the more you're gonna get that almost whole body experience.
Yeah.
But there's also another group of Looners who prefer small, but the small Looners tend to prefer volume.
Right.
So I recently did a 2,500 balloon room, and that was majoritively about 12 to 14 inch balloons.
Yeah, with a few very big
with a
ones
few
in
very big ones kind of thrown in there. So yeah, you tend to find the people who prefer smaller balloons in a large quantity, whereas the bigger balloons, I think large quantity is maybe the dream, but realistically it's very difficult for that to happen. So yeah.
Because they're expensive, because they're hard to get hold of?
A little bit of 6 and 2 3s. So the bigger you go, the more expensive they are. They're not too expensive. I think I had a 68, 72-inch banner balloon, and that cost me about £6.
Right.
So it's not too bad, and you can reuse them so long as you look after them, but they don't last forever. I think a year lifespan at most.
So kind of blowing them up, letting them
down. Yeah. I have things that they're called balloon clips, but they're not. They are literally just. Do you remember the bread tag things you can get to keep you a little click it? That's literally all it is. Right. So you inflate your balloon and you just click that on the end of it.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think. Some people have said that they've had them longer than a year, but at that point the latex like corrodes and you inflate them and it gets weak spots and it's.
A year's quite impressive. I wouldn't have expected them to last as long as that.
You have to really like look after them, like talcum powder in dark rooms, cool environments. Whereas I chuck them all in a bag under my bed. Mine are not gonna last a year. Also, I am a popper, so I will try and save some of my like big ones. Like I got a really cute, massive. It's like 70 plus. It's nearly the height of me. Like black, doll shaped balloon. It kind of looks a little bit like a Russian doll, the shape.
Yeah.
And it's got a skeleton face and a skeleton body. And that was a limited edition print from one of the suppliers that I really like. And I'm really hoping to look after that one because it's really pretty. But yeah, mine don't tend to last. But also the main reason why bigger isn't really realistic to have volume is space. Like if you got 10 60-inch balloons, where are you going to fit?
Yeah.
Like
that's fair.
Yeah, we were quite lucky recently when I've been doing a flat refurbishment and my living room was completely empty. We'd taken all the furniture out, the walls been freshly painted, we had new carpet in, and we basically had a 4 metre by 5 metre room with nothing in it.
Excellent.
So I said to Bunny, do you want to do like the biggest balloon room you'll ever get to do?
heck yeah.
And it took a week and a half to blow them all up.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it took a lot longer than I anticipated.
I think I let you have a room for 3 weeks in the end.
Yeah.
And literally my living room was just floor to near ceiling. Balloons, the whole room.
I have so many photos, so I love like just
it was amazing.
If you want to see it, because it's probably one of my proudest achievements.
I imagine there are people who are into this who are like have got some disposable income to use and are really seriously into it, who are probably doing some really large scale stuff, like hiring out a warehouse to fill with balloons and stuff like that. Yeah,
there's a few content creators that I follow who just seem to have the most. It's almost like they, like you say, rent out a warehouse, and every other video is like 10,000 brand new balloons that are massive and like different shapes and colours, and I'm like, how are you affording this? Like, oh my goodness. Where are you getting it from? Can I join? Like,
do you want to do some collaboration?
Let me in the balloon room.
Yeah, please. There's someone I follow on Twitter who's got a balloon. It's like a balloon dog inflatable costume.
Oh wow!
Wow!
It's really cool. It's $3,000 because not that I looked, but I don't know. I'm not super into inflatables as a whole, but I'm like, I could wear an inflatable balloon dog outfit. That sounds cool.
The other fun thing about really big ones is we can use them as like furniture. I mean, we had you lying across them, being spanked or fucked, or sitting on them. It's really fun just using them like that.
Yeah.
They sound like they're a little bit like more hard wearing than I would have expected, because my experience of balloons is like kids' parties when you're a little kid and they're popping if you look at them wrong.
Yeah.
But it sounds like these are maybe better made, particularly the big ones.
It varies a lot. I mean, we would be, as I said, we had 2,500.
Yeah.
And we'd be sitting there, and every now and then a balloon would just go pop.
Yeah.
Nobody would be touching it. It would just bang
Just
somewhere in the pile. So we lost a lot the first couple of nights.
Yeah.
We sitting there, and every few minutes you'd hear another explosion go, and for us others, we kind of throwing you over, and
it's definitely a brand thing as well, because it's that old kind of thing of you get what you pay for. So you can go to the pound shop and you could get 25 balloons for £1. They're probably going to pop as soon as you try and put any weight on them whatsoever. you go to somewhere like Balloon Ace, which is a UK kind of, they ship them over from, I think Catex gets made over in Sweden or something. But basically they ship the balloons in and move them back. You can get like 10 balloons for a fiver from them. It's more expensive, but they are going to last longer.
Yeah.
They are much better quality. They are going to hurt more when they pop and leave you.
And if the point of it is to blow them up until they reach the point where they pop.
Yeah. Some of them, especially with like, they're not even like the giant balloons as such. You'll order them as 14 inches and you can inflate them till they're like nearly 20 inches. It's that thing of, you shouldn't do that because they're going to burst, but that's kind of the end goal for a lot of people. But it's so impressive seeing how big they can get.
Yeah. How did you get into that? Where did that come from? It's a very deep question to ask, a bit.
So when I was a child, no. It's actually really like straightforward. I do online content, and someone reached out to me and said, "Hey, if I send you 100 balloons, please will you inflate them and like play with them and pop them?" And
Yeah.
Bit weird, but okay, sure, give me the money, whatever, let's do it.
Yeah.
And then went, oh, that was actually kind of fun. And then he reached out again and was like, hey, I really liked that. How about 200 balloons? I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll do that. Oh, that was a lot of fun. And then started kind of experimenting on my own and doing a few videos, because I was like, well, I'm just doing it for content. I'm not into it. It's content. And then he kind of reached out again and was like, I noticed you're doing a lot more balloon content. Are you into this? And I was like, no, how dare you ask me that? Why? Do you want me to make you something? What are you thinking? And we kind of back and forth a bit, and he was the one who introduced me to where to buy the balloons, how to kind of market myself a little bit. And it's really nice because that was 2 years or so ago, and he's still commissioning me to this day. And anytime I'm kind of posting, I'm thinking about doing this, he's straight in there with ideas and always hyping me up and everything. It's
excellent.
Yeah, he gets very excited. When I was doing the 2,500 balloon room, he was in my DMs nearly every day going, how's it going? Can I send you some balloons for this? Have you thought about this? What about it? And I'm like, it's great. So it definitely started as, I'm just doing this for content, and evolved into, I'm into this. This is fun. Like, I want to do this in my personal time.
It's a little bit like us when we joke about something, isn't it?
Yeah, you joke about a kink 3 times and then you've got that kink.
I joked about swirlies, and now you're giving me a swirly at some point.
Yes.
Yeah. Like,
what's a swirly?
Head down the toilet and flush it.
Ah,
you have done
that. Completely different. I thought it was a twisty balloon.
Oh no! No, it's a classic punishment. Bullying.
Yeah. We did though actually do. You can get balloons that are kind of twisted and turny.
Right.
And we did a really silly blowjob scene where we replaced your cock with the twisty. That was ridiculous.
Yeah. And a lot of those scenes were very ridiculous. We did quite a few of me coming in and catching you playing with balloons and being punished for it. That was
nice.
Recurring for you.
Yeah. Because I think that's something that's really nice about it, is there is a level of ridiculousness to it. Mm-hmm. And I definitely don't mean that in a negative way, but it almost feels like that's kind of the point.
Oh yeah, that is a huge draw for me, is kind of the ridiculousness. I enjoy the silly. I like when people look at you and kind of shake their head a little bit like, I don't quite get it, and I'm like, yeah.
Good.
You square.
But yeah, it is like I said at the start, it is sort of that antidote to the perception of kink being this very like edgy thing, where it can be, but it can also be really silly, and you can also have a laugh with it. And I think that applies across even the sort of dark, edgy kinks. You can still have those moments where you have a laugh about it.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have those areas of kinks where you just fully embrace the silly and just go for it.
Yeah, there was at one of our events last year, I didn't get to see too much of the scene, but someone came and made a balloon diaper almost, and then their partner was spanking them with different toys and things to pop the balloons.
Excellent.
It was. I only caught a little bit of it, but that was a ridiculous scene, and very much applaud them. But again, it's that ridiculousness, and it's fun. And I wasn't part of the scene, but I still got so much joy just from the snippet of it.
Yeah. And I can imagine that, because that was you said that was an event that you organised. So being able to facilitate that sort of thing as well.
Yeah.
Kind of nice buzz from doing that.
It's nice seeing more people just kind of be a bit daft.
Yeah, it was a circus themed event, so it was very fun, very silly.
Yeah.
Right.
People in rollerblades. You're like, please don't fall.
Yeah, I obviously am familiar with the venue where that event happened, and I'm trying to picture navigating any part of that venue in rollerblades.
Oh,
that doesn't sound very
mildly
health and
terrifying. Yeah.
It's not something you expect to get asked as a kink organizer. Do you have any rules about rollerblades?
Like, no one's ever asked that.
No, we really don't. Should we? Maybe.
On the banned list for the next event. No.
Yeah, it's like no blood play, no scat, no rollerblades.
Because of the incident.
Yeah. We will not go into it any further.
We don't talk about the incident. No. It's an open secret in the community.
It is always good to be the reason for a new rule, though. I am the reason that Edinburgh Zoo has a rule against wearing animal costumes or onesies.
Right? It's quite impressive, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're going to have to...
You can't just drop that and move on.
So it must have been at least 10 years ago, me and a friend went to Edinburgh Zoo, and we thought it would be fun to wear dinosaur onesies to go to the zoo. Because that's just who we are as people. This was following on from our adventure going to the Metro Centre in dinosaur onesies, which I highly recommend. They will let you do that. But we went to Edinburgh Zoo in onesies and got there, and the staff were like, no, you can't do this. It's going to scare the animals. It's going to, alarm the children. You're not allowed in. And we, pulled up their terms and conditions on the website and were like, there is nothing here about a dress code. There's nothing here that says you can't wear onesies. Made a proper, messy, dramatic scene about it in reception. And we did not get our way. My friend who I was with pointed out that they sell animal masks and stuff in the shop. And we're like, so if we bought a mask here, we can wear that into your zoo, but we can't wear the stuff we brought from home. But eventually, to get into the zoo, we did have to take the onesies off, and luckily we had got clothes underneath. So we had our day out at the zoo. And then not long after that, it appeared on Edinburgh Zoo's website that you are not allowed to wear animal onesies or costumes to the zoo. So they did put it in writing.
Yeah, wow, okay.
I mean, I can't know for sure that we were the reason. Maybe that was already going into the rules, but the timing was interesting.
Heck of a coincidence.
Yeah. No, I would cling on to that and be like, that is 100% because of me.
Yeah. I did that.
Problem.
I can just imagine the sight of the two of you in your dinosaur onesies just causing an absolute scene in the middle of the entrance of Edinburgh Zoo.
Yeah, in our early 20s as well, so at least 20% more chaotic than either of us are now.
Yeah. So you've mentioned a couple of or quite a few of the things that you've done with balloons. Is there any in particular that stand out for you? Kind of favourite balloon memories?
I've got one.
Okay. I will think.
It was when you were doing the big balloon room. I think we cleared a lot of them. I'm sure we had some space in there at this point. Bunny was doing a lot of sit pops where you sit on a balloon and bounce up and down until it pops.
Yeah.
So I had an idea of getting them to sit on a fairly large balloon, and I would finger them until they came. But if the balloon popped first, they didn't get to come.
Mean.
Yeah. Very mean.
Orgasm control is something we do a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was a form of that. It's you will get fingered until either the balloon pops or you come, whichever is first.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm ready for this. I let them pick a balloon. Pick a really good, strong-looking balloon, that one is going to last a long time. We also sometimes do needle play. So I came through with a needle behind my back. Let them get close to orgasm, and then showed them a needle and popped the balloon.
That is genius.
That does sound like exactly what you would do if you were into balloons.
I feel like you might have a different word to describe that.
Yeah, I'm not sure genius would be. But we did that quite a bit just without the needle. It's a really fun kind of mind-fucky experience because it's I want to come, but also I'm bouncing, which means the balloon's going to pop quickly, so I I don't want to pop the balloon, but I have to I'm getting bounced to get close to orgasm. But the balloon's going to pop and I don't want it to pop because I want to come, but then... And then your brain just gets really overloaded.
Yeah.
And then he pulls out a needle. Yeah, that's...
To worry about it.
The thing with orgasm control, often, like, the threat of knowing the stop is coming is so interesting. We did a thing a few months ago now, I think, where every hour, at some point in the hour, not always at the same point, it wasn't like on the hour, but every hour I would get edged for 90 seconds. And every time they did that, it was like I was getting closer to the point of potentially being able to come in 90 seconds. But the fear of knowing the time was ticking down made it so much harder. So I'd be thinking about the time and that would stop me from coming, even though I was probably horny enough to come that quick. And yeah, it was a head fuck.
He does that to me a lot.
Yeah, one of my favourites like that was telling you I was going to ruin your orgasm and then not ruining it.
So I got to come, but it was so unsatisfying. Yeah. Very mean.
Yes.
Genius.
I think my kind of most... I don't want to keep banging on about the 2,500 balloon room because it's one of my proudest achievements and it's very recent. But one of the things that maybe sticks out to me the most is I got a commission to do a transformation video where I transformed someone into a balloon. So I invited them into my balloon room and I was showing them my balloons and I was saying, oh, don't pop that one. But they popped it and it transformed them into a balloon. So then I had to kind of rock the camera and make squeaks and things as if I was touching them and trying to hold them in place so they didn't float off. It was really fun kind of sexualizing an imaginary balloon. And that was kind of a very new experience for me. I hadn't had someone request a transformation video before. So yeah, that's probably one of the most memorable for me, was trying to figure that out of how do I make this ridiculous but sexy at the same time. And like they wanted a lot of the threat of being popped and me kind of telling them how I was going to stretch like the latex out, how I was going to prod them with a needle, sit on them, if I was going to burst them or let them go. And so that was quite a good one. Yeah.
That's really interesting because that's a version of the kink that is not possible in reality. Like they can't actually be transformed, and I'm always interested in kinks that don't have a real life version of them, like what that must be like to experience. And it's really cool that you get to facilitate someone getting what they need for that, because they can't have the real experience, but it sounds like you really created something that's going to get them as close as possible.
I enjoyed sort of the figuring it out. I really like kind of something I can really sort of sit and think about, and how am I going to do this, and not just sort of stand in front of the camera and take my clothes off. I like kind of being a bit more creative with it. And with that one, like I said, I had to figure out how to get the noise of a balloon without it being overbearing next to the microphone, but also close enough that I could make it look like the camera was moving without falling over, keeping it natural while in an incredibly unnatural situation. So it was really fun and challenging. But yeah.
Sounds like a really creative process as well. It's like it sounds almost like you enjoyed the process as much as you did the kind of the product of it. Which is really nice.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
And it was very much, we spent a week and a half blowing balloons. How many different scenes can we film before we have to pop them and actually buy some furniture?
Get the value out of it. That's fair.
I can't remember now. I think I got 760-ish minutes of content from that balloon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I edited it down to 99
99 balloons. What colour were they?
99 videos about red balloons. So I got my content's worth. I had a pain flare up for like a month solid afterwards, but I made it work.
We had a balloon room threesome.
Oh yeah, we did. That was great. Yeah, see, that's again, the balloons aren't inherently sexual, but I enjoy making them sexual. Like,
So this isn't something that you necessarily just do on your own. So you do things with your partners and with stuff that people are asking you to do as well.
So it used to be primarily a solo thing for me. My husband is terrified of balloons popping.
Right.
So
That is a smart and wise man, I agree.
Don't let him hear this. Like, no, he is big himbo energy, no smarts. So he kind of wasn't interested in it at all unless it was for a commission, because then he was like, well, it's work, so I'll help you. But if it was for me, he was like, I really don't enjoy it, so no thank you. I'm like, that's fair.
Yeah.
And I do obviously a lot of solo content, and POV jerk-off instruction videos with balloons tends to be kind of what I lean into.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we got together, me and Elle, you're very up for the weird, which,
Yes.
which has been great, because I'll just be like, hey, I want to do this with this balloon. And he's like, yeah, sure, cool, let's do it. So it used to be primarily very solo.
Yeah.
And I'd say lately it's definitely become more of, I drag you into it.
Yeah, I think when we had the big room, you did a lot of shoots on your own. I left you to it. You did a lot of solo stuff in there. But then sometimes I would come through and we'd do silly stuff in there together.
Yeah, and it's not just for content. Like, the amount of times the cameras weren't rolling and I'd just be like face over in Balloon's ass in the air and he was just going at me. Like, you know, just...
The word rolling. You told me it was important content.
It was very important content.
Sometimes the cameras are rolling, but because there's like 2,000 balloons between you and the cameras, it doesn't really matter.
You can't see.
But yeah.
There's some weird videos where it's just balloons floating past the camera while we're having sex in the background.
It's like you can't see what's happening, but every now and again there's just, you know, a little grunt.
Should probably just add some context at this point, because you mentioned a husband and then you mentioned Elle. So you're polyamorous with two partners, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Just, I didn't want people listening being like, hang on, does the husband know? Like, what's going on here? Or everyone's on board?
Yes, everyone's on board. It is a very fun dynamic of my boyfriend and my husband get on really well. They are not connected romantically. That gets questioned every now and again, because there is, you know, the bromance kind of there.
We do flirt.
And I think that's sometimes people's like assumption with polyamory as well, isn't it? Is that everyone is connected to everyone, but it doesn't always structure that way.
No, yeah. But yes, they do flirt. There is the bromance there, but no, they are just mine. But they get on very well, and it's a very nice kind of dynamic. But yes, my husband is aware.
And if you don't mind me asking you, Elle, when with the supporting Bunny with doing stuff with balloons with Bunny, is that more of a facilitative thing for you, or are you being infected with the Looner kink as you've gone along?
That's a good question. It definitely started as a facilitator. My only experience of it really was being this one room.
Yeah.
So I imagine it's always like that. I did find myself when they'd gone home, when I was on my own, I would spend hours just kind of throwing balloons further back in the room, trying to hit little gaps, because basically you pile up and then you throw one in and you'll start rolling back towards you. You're trying to keep a bit of space. So I did kind of get into just playing with them like that.
That's how it starts.
Yeah. And I had fun shooting the scenes. I haven't, apart from, I would kind of done any of the poppy stuff. It's
Right.
mainly with facilitating.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do find actually balloons are fun to play with.
So now that we've talked a lot about balloons, I wanted to come on to the other reason we asked you to come and talk to us, to chat a little bit about wet and messy. That's something that people may not have heard of, or they might have heard of sploshing, or they might have heard of neither. Do you want to just tell us a little bit about what that involves?
So yeah, wet and messy is things that are wet and things that are messy.
Just what it says on the tin.
Yeah, pretty much. Sploshing is kind of, it's what you do in wet and messy. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's a very wet and messy, very small kind of package. But actually, when you look at it, it's massive. There's food play, there's gunge, there's slime, there's mud. I have seen that even like piss and scat can fall under wet and messy.
Yeah.
The blood play, I don't see it sort of lumped into it too often, but I have seen a few. So I think that one's maybe a little bit up to a personal interpretation. But then if you go into the food, you've got the savoury, you've got sweet, you've got sticky. I'm trying to think of pies, shaving foams. It is one of those where you think it's just sort of, oh, this is a small little contained thing, and then you open it and you go, oh, actually there's a lot.
Yeah, it's so varied.
Yeah.
It's something I have a little bit of experience of. It's not my kink, but years and years ago I used to do sex work, and I did like a summer of sploshing basically,
Oh, yeah.
where I just decided to give it a go and see see if it was something that I could make good content with.
Yeah.
And I could. I made quite a lot of money doing it for that period of time, but I just did not have the patience for the cleanup.
Yeah.
I did it for 6 months, and I got sick of scraping custard out of the tiles in my kitchen.
Yeah.
I had all the plastic sheeting down and stuff, but it just gets
It
everywhere.
doesn't help. Yeah, plastic sheeting doesn't work. I did a Guess the Mess video a few months back, which is essentially me sat in a bathtub, blindfolded, and then having stuff poured over me and I have to try and guess where it is. I put plastic sheeting everywhere for that. Stood up and it'd gone under the sheet. I don't know how at what point. So the easy cleanup turned into 20 minutes of scooping out beans and like spaghetti hoops and.
And people get into some really interesting combinations, and people have really specific tastes in combinations of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I remember once I got commissioned to do a video of, they wanted PVA glue, paint, and dog hair.
Yeah.
Like, just such a random combination. It was a lot of fun, but again, cleanup, nightmare, because you can't just send that down the drain. Like, that's a lot of scraping and bagging up wet dog hair at the end.
Yeah. I have a semi-regular when I can, who he does splashing scenes with me, and they're always the same thing every time. A bowl of porridge, bowl of custard, and if I have one in, a cheesecake. Has to be a cheesecake. Preferably strawberry, with the little swirls. But yeah. And it's the same scene every single time of the porridge goes the porridge goes down the back of the knickers, custard over the top, and then you sit on the cake at the end. And it's always that combination.
Right.
And I wonder, I'm flattered that you keep asking me to do the same thing, but do you not want to get like something else in there? Do you want a tin of beans? Like, I mean, we're really, really stuck with porridge, custard, and cheesecake.
Feels like that's meeting a very specific need for that person. Yeah.
It's it's fun. It is interesting though, like you said, the combinations. Because I have textural issues, sticky and tacky. I can't do it. I did a video with chocolate sauce and had basically an autistic meltdown and ended up sat in the shower freaking out. Like,
oh no!
So I assumed that Wet and Messy just wasn't for me because of that experience, and then discovered gunge and went, oh, I like this. Oh yes.
And I'm the opposite. I could do any food. Absolutely any food. I was fine with the glue and the paint and all that stuff. Never found a texture I couldn't handle until I tried gunge, and it's like, not for me. Don't like that. There's something that unsettles me about touching it.
I can't do savoury food. Like, that was part of the Guess the Mess. There was beans and tinned tomatoes, and the other one I really hated was minestrone soup. I just... When it was in the tin, I was like, I've seen videos of people doing this. I've seen pictures of people doing that. This is fine. This is great. Whatever. In the moment, I hated every single second of it. I won't do it again. Textures, no.
It was the smeller factor as well, because I know a lot of people don't like doing savoury because of the smells.
Big time. I swear I could still smell minestrone soup a week later.
Mushy peas really linger. They're really popular, and because I didn't really have the sort of textural issues with it, I would do savoury.
Yeah.
But getting mushy pea smell out of your hair is a mission.
Yeah. Yeah. No, thank you. But I suppose it's one of those where a big draw to Wet and Messy for a lot of people is the humiliation of what's happening to the model. So while I absolutely hated it, I've got some really good feedback on that video of people being like, oh, your face, you look disgusted. And I'm like, yeah, I'm glad you like it.
It's like, yeah, because they were.
So yeah, I'm happy that I could make you guys happy. Laugh at my pain.
But never again.
Never again.
So how did you get into that? Was that similar to with balloons, where it was just because of commissions that you got through work and then discovered that you enjoyed it?
Semi. So the cam guy with the custard and the porridge and the cheesecake, he was kind of my only introduction into splashing for quite a while. I would do his videos and that was kind of the end of it. Then I got a commission to do a cake sitting video with chocolate sauce. Proceeded to have the meltdown and went, I will never do splashing again because it was awful. I hated it. And
then we decided to run a Wet and Messy play event.
So you didn't know that you were really into it when you set up that event?
No, at that point, I was still in the I don't like this camp. Yeah.
But we primarily ran the event because one of the other organisers on the scene is very into Wet and Messy, but there were no play events anywhere local, so he never really got a chance to do it. And he was talking about running something at some point, and we were having a conversation at a different event, Bunny and I, and we were saying one of the problems with being an organiser who organises your own niche interest events is you don't get to play in them.
Yeah.
You spend your whole time sitting behind a reception desk, making coffee, cleaning cups, watching everybody else do a thing you want to do. Mm-hmm. So he said, we should run one for him. We'll do the organising thing. You know, we're not going to play because it's not our thing. He gets to come and do the event, and, you know, other people will come as well, see what kind of interest there is locally. So that's the reason we decided to run a Wet and Messy event. It wasn't our kink at all. It was really kind of, you know, as a favour to somebody else on the scene.
Yeah.
And then you discovered guns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist in the sense of I wanted to make sure that on the day I knew how to make it.
Yeah.
And not just make it semi-okay. I wanted it to be perfect because this is an event that people are going to come for, so I don't want any lumps. Mm-hmm. I don't want it to be the wrong temperature. It has to be perfect. So we ordered some kind of to do a trial run with. Kind of messed it up a little bit. Had to kind of sieve out the chocolate.
we discovered practice was definitely needed.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, we need to know whether or not I'm going to be able to help on the day with like making the gunge and moving things around, or if it's going to be a texture issue. Mm-hmm. So I need to touch it. And basically, I sort of remember putting my arm into this bucket of gunge. And just sinking my arm deeper and deeper and deeper into the bucket of gunge and just looking up at Elle going, oh yeah.
Face lights up.
Oh yeah. And it was just this kind of light bulb moment of, this is tickling something for me. And
New kink unlocked.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Balloon's not sexual, this sexual. Oh, yeah.
Even just putting your hand in it, is that still do it?
Yeah. It's really kind of silky and satiny, and that kind of, it's arousing, that kind of, it's like a sensation, you know, when someone like runs the hand over your arm really lightly, it's that same kind of tickly sensation that I get when I've got like arms deep in gunge. So yeah,
it's got like a well lubricated feel to it, hasn't it?
It does. I did a scene with white gunge because I have a very big kink. I really like it. And that was just pouring this bucket of white gunge over my head. I was like, oh yeah, this is it. Bukkake dreams. Like, as a demisexual, I'm not having to deal with people's like genitals. I can just get the white all over my face and just like, oh yeah. It's pretty great.
So yeah, we ended up filling a paddling pool for you.
Excellent.
Yeah. Filled a paddling pool for me. I rolled around. It was great. It's very slippy. Which leans into the ridiculousness again, because I would be there like, oh, this is all sexy, and then I'd just slip and go ass over tit, like, and then just be laid in gunge laughing. And yeah, it's great.
How was the cleanup for that event if you've got a building full of people all doing that kind of stuff?
It was, yeah. Actually, it went a lot smoother than it could have done. We had some co-organisers, so there's about 4 of us, plus a couple of people helping out as well.
Massively grateful for the help there.
Yes, yeah. Could not have done it on our own. There was a lot of work went on beforehand, basically covering every surface we could in plastic sheeting.
Yeah.
We limited everything to the bar area. Upstairs, downstairs were out totally because we're not having people walking around with slippery feet.
Yeah.
Down the stairs to a dungeon.
Stairs in that venue, I can imagine that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we kept everything to the bar, which meant that space was limited. But it also kind of limited the mess as far as possible. And yeah, the plastic sheeting generally worked. Dragging paddling pools full of gunge into a fairly small shower room and trying to shower things off. I think we had 5-6 people working for an hour, 2 hours.
Yeah, I think at the very end, I took on the role of cleaning out the paddling pools because
You had to get into a gun.
Yeah, you had to get into it to be able to clean.
Oh, God, I guess I'll do it.
I'll take one for the team, guys. Don't worry. So I spent probably a good half an hour just in the paddling pools, scooping gunge with the showers on me, just in my underwear, scrubbing down. It was great.
Because the gunge can go down drains, can't it? It just dissolves when it's in hot
Yeah,
water.
as long as it's watered down a lot.
Yeah, have to water it down first. Do not just pour it straight down your drain, because it will dissolve eventually, but you're gonna bugger up your plumbing.
The venue may not want you back.
Yeah, and we are planning on doing this again, so.
I think we were fully expecting a pissed off email from him. A few days later, we never got one.
I was really pleased. I was like,
Yeah.
did it.
We must have passed inspection.
Yeah. But yeah, honestly, not as bad as you think it's going to be.
Yeah. And that event must have had a really positive impact, not just on the person that you sort of ran it with him in mind, but I think on the scene in general, having something specialised like that. Those kind of events are really uncommon, even just nationwide, not just locally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a big one in Liverpool or on Merseyside, which we're envious of because it's a fantastic venue to do it. They have a huge wet room area. We used to have a jacuzzi or stuff in. Which is on it. As you go in the main door, it's off to one side, so you're not trailing through the bar or any of the rest of the venue. Showers in there. It's if we could run it there, that would be fantastic. But that's that's the only other one I know of, which is a long running, well established big event, which was the same day as ours last year.
Oh no!
Yeah. It's the kind of thing where you book your kink calendar 6 months or a year ahead.
Yeah.
So we're coordinating with them this year to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only other one I know of.
Yeah, I found it quite intimidating, the fact that it is such a niche kink, to then kind of introduce our tiny little venue full of gunge and be like, I know we're not as big or well established, but come and have fun. I found that quite intimidating, but it was great because it was people who I'd never seen at any of the other events.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was meeting new people who, like I say, I'd never seen them at any other events or munches, and there was people who had travelled hours to get there, and it was just really nice seeing people be silly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have had people asking us bless, last year we had a few people going, so when's the next one? Have you got another one this year? And I'm like, I can't organise one a year. It took so much behind the scenes.
Even things how much gunge do we order? When you've no idea how many people are going to turn up.
Yeah.
I think we need more guns.
You always think.
I always think. We do. We ordered 250 litres. We need
took
more
a lot of gunge home with you.
Even if it's just the two of you.
It is my dream to have a full submersion tank so I can fully sink under the guns.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's the next project for Elle's living room. Strip all the furniture out, turn it into a giant wet room, fill it with gunge.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Get on it.
But I think it's really good for the local scene to have these kind of events. I know. When I started on the scene, local events was pretty much just general kink play events.
Yeah.
I think it's great now that there's a lot more organisers running different events. It's growing. The calendars open up a bit. It gives you a chance to run these niche events that only small people may be interested in, but they don't get to do otherwise.
Yeah.
So I think it's great where it's kind of opening up, like that.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like you said, you'll have had people coming who you never see at other events because there's nothing there for them. If Wet and Messy is their only thing, then a sort of standard BDSM focused event is not really going to have a lot that appeals to them. And obviously at a lot of those events you can do other things, but if no one else is doing it and you've never heard of anyone else doing it there, you're probably not going to want to be the only one and be like, hey, can I do this really different thing that no one here is interested in?
Yeah.
It can put you off, so having a space for that is really important.
Definitely. And it was also just a little kind of nice part. So we raffled off a cake for a charity to kind of raise some money, because one of my bugbears with food play is the waste, because I'm aware of food scarcity and poverty. So I don't like, when I do food play, when I did Guest Mess, I donated to a pantry local to me to try and offset that. And while with the WAM event, we weren't specifically doing food play, we were allowing people to do that. So to kind of offset that, we raffled off a cake for someone to play with and donated the money from that to charity.
That's great.
And it was really nice because so many people sort of came in and were like, oh, I'm not really interested in that, but I'll buy a ticket because it was for a good cause. And then the cake ended up, half of it, the person who won it, half of it they handed out to people to eat and then sat on the other half while they were eating their cake. And it was just delightful. So I think it's fun when you can sort of bring a good cause into it as well. You know, have a good time, you know. What's that saying? Get your cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
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 Or sit on it and
Yeah.
whatever you want.
I'm gutted we've already called an episode Have Your Cake and Eat It because we totally could have used that for the title of this one. It's part 2. So what does play tend to involve for you with Wet and Messy? You've obviously talked about how great it is just to stick your hands in Gunge, but I'm guessing you probably do a little bit more than just that.
One of my favourite, we did it once and I very much want it to happen again, was Elle tied me up with a harness, arms over my head in the shower, and dumped Gunge all over me, and then forced me to suck his cock and eat his arsehole while restrained and completely covered in Gunge. And it was great. It was incredibly humiliating and exciting and slippery, and loved it. Absolutely loved it.
I really liked one where you got turned into a birthday cake.
Oh yes, that was really fun. I did that with someone else on the scene. I was sat in a paddling pool, and they literally turned me into a birthday cake with like eggs, flour, cream, sprinkles. I had a candle at the end. It was great. That was really good.
Mainly, it's slipping around when you slide it.
Yeah. You have we've because we do a lot of edging.
Yeah.
And orgasm control. We've done that in Gunge, and that's really good fun.
And spanking, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Which gets nice and messy.
I was going to say that sounds like there'll be a big splash zone for
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one where I like it. However, it makes me very cautious because of the mess. I'm like, especially if we're doing it in the front room and you spank me and it goes up the wall, I have that kind of, I can't fully get into it because I'm worried about the mess on the wall. So yeah, as much as I would love to do more of that, that's kind of
need to Dexter the room to be able to do it. Yeah,
it's like I really dislike when my messy kink is messy. Like that.
And it's one of those things where cleanup is usually fairly easy, and then you spot all the little bits in there.
Yeah. We have this with blood play. We do a lot of spiky impact, and the splash zone is always bigger than you think it is. However well you think you've dextered. Our bedroom is a massive room. Like, God, what size is it? Probably about 3 meters across. Do you reckon, Mix? And the bed is up against one end, and there's a mirror wardrobe literally at the opposite end of the room and off to the side and side on to the bed. And you would think it's safe. There's blood all over that mirror. Every time we play, it gets blood splats on it. It's like, how is it there?
Yeah.
How has that happened? So yeah, I can imagine any liquid is going to have the same effect.
Yeah. You were saying one of the things you really like about it is the anticipation.
Yes. Yeah. Because I don't get in it myself. I don't mind it being on me, but I'm not kind of jumping into a paddling pool kind of thing.
Yeah.
I like pouring it on people. And part of that is the joy people have in it. It's great watching out. No, it's just having fun.
Yeah.
Usually kind of sort of quite scared, and then once it's kind of timid, nervous, but once it's on, it's kind of people relax and just enjoy themselves in it. But one thing I do like is the anticipation, and it's particularly when somebody is just starting. So if we don't have any on them, we know it's going to be cold because it's usually fairly cold.
Yeah.
And it's this kind of, I've got the bucket standing over them. I've got it's a control thing as well. I've got all the control here. And then that first kind of drip coming down and just kind of making them wait.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a variation on orgasm control, isn't it? It's like kind of edging you with the bucket of guns.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's just sliding around.
Yeah. But it's not just sort of having Gunge poured over me that I enjoy. One thing we're planning at the minute is I really, really, really want to have every hole filled with white gunge. And
I can understand the appeal of that, yeah.
yeah. So we're getting like a massive syringe to just like see how much we can fit everywhere, and then just let it all ooze out.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna be fun.
Yes, very excited. What was it? N called it something. A kaiju bukkake.
Yes.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I saw a video on Facebook the other day of that happening to a churro. They were filling it with condensed milk, and I was like, that looks like a good time.
yeah. That's me browsing TikTok, and I'm just like, oh, I wish that was me.
One day.
It'll be like a churro.
Yeah.
Humiliation's a big part of it for a lot of people as well.
Yeah.
A lot of people who enjoy watching it rather than having it done to them. They like seeing. The stereotypical thing is the pretty woman who is in like a nice business outfit. Oh no, they're getting messy. How embarrassing for them. Ooh, look how uncomfortable they are. Meanwhile, the model's just there like, oh yeah, this is great.
Yeah, the period of my life where I've bought the most business wear was the summer I was doing splotting content, because that's what everyone wanted to see.
Yep, exactly.
Like blazers, pencil skirt, stiletto heels,
The white
nice
tight shirt.
Yes, good quality stockings, all of that, yeah.
Yeah, it's very much. It seems to be the WAM uniform.
Yeah, I've worn more stuff like that doing splotting content than I have in my job by a very clear margin.
Yeah, I think splashing is the content where I keep my clothes on the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And the big dream for our event is going to be a gunge tank.
Oh,
We
yeah.
really want to get a gunge tank for this year.
Yeah, that's. I'm hoping I can make it happen. I'm messaging a few people about rentals or plans to build our own, and there's a possibility. Yeah.
We'll get there eventually.
We will. This year is a
Something to
hope.
work towards.
Next year is a definite.
I've got a really basic question,
Okay.
which I probably should have asked ages ago. But what is gunge made of?
Gunge is made of a bunch of scientific words and chemicals.
Fair. All right then.
So it comes in a powder form.
Right.
I can't remember what the actual thing is called. I'll find that on my phone and give you if you want to, like, just little asterisks in the podcast, like skip to minute 22 to hear the actual name. But yeah, it comes in like a powder bag, and I think is it about 50 grams makes 10 litres or something like No.
It's a kilo bag, isn't it?
See, I've been buying a lot of part bags recently.
I think it's a kilo bag.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That
It makes
more
about
sense.
10 litres, makes a bucket full.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, so it's powder. Not a huge bag. It's definitely not a kilogram.
Okay.
A kilogram is like a moderate-sized bag of flour.
It is not a bag of flour. Oh, he's checking now.
I'm probably wrong. I think I am wrong.
We're just going to pause the podcast while we decide who is right.
I'm sure we've done that before.
Yeah,
Will it
definitely.
be the non-binary who is into one or the man?
Oh. Hey.
The outnumbered man. It's 3 non-binary people versus 1 man.
Oh, yeah.
That seems to happen a lot in kink spaces, to be fair, because the non-binary people drastically outnumber everyone else in the room.
It's great. Has anyone got the countdown music?
I'm on the Messy Puck website.
Okay.
That's where we get our guns from. It's not a kilogram. I don't think it is. Okay, how much is it then?
It's like 50 to 100 grams.
How big is it?
It's like tiny little.
That won't be a kilogram, unless it's the most dense substance.
It is not a kilogram, like.
Because I remember before you did the Wet and Messy event, you came to one of the usual events with kind of an array of...
And I did my little stick your hands in my buckets.
Yeah. And some of it, and I don't know which one it was, but some of it was you kind of put your fingers into it and go, oh yeah, that's quite nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of put your fingers in other things. And I had like a really visceral...
Was it kind of gritty?
Yeah.
That's jelly bath. I hate jelly bath.
Yeah.
It's like frog spawn.
Yes. Yeah. Like like weekly made jelly.
Yeah.
Is how it felt.
Yeah.
No, that was horrible.
Yeah, that's jelly bath. I absolutely hate jelly bath.
Right.
And I actually found at the event we offered gunge and jelly bath. And the feedback I got was people didn't like the jelly bath.
Right.
People liked the jelly bath for punishments, but they didn't willingly want to play in the jelly bath.
Fair.
I guess there must be people who do really like it, but but just not anyone who was at your event.
No.
I have no answer.
Are you admitting defeat?
I don't know. It just has one bag. Yeah.
I will take that as a win.
Yes.
That's standard unit of measurement. One bag.
One bag. Yeah. Yes. I think it's only 100 grams.
Yeah,
because
probably.
it is so light.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I'm definitely right.
Okay.
Yes, dear.
Yeah, it's basically 100 grams make 10 litres of gunge.
And so the gunge was the stuff that it felt like really soft Play-Doh. Like really, really soft Play-Doh, I think. Maybe I'm thinking of something different.
Really soft Play-Doh.
Did you have some kind of slime as well?
So
a slime would have a bit more of a Play-Doh.
Yeah, I had gunge, which I would say rather than soft Play-Doh, it's almost a little bit like a thick custard.
Right. Oh, yes.
Yeah, and then there was the jelly bath, which was a little bit like frog spawny.
Yeah.
And then, towards the end, actually, I might know what you're referring to. At the end, I had mixed together half gunge and half foam, and that made like a kind of fluffy, thicker kind of consistency.
Oh, it could have been that.
That might be.
Yeah.
That goes almost like sort of marshmallow fluff, doesn't it?
Yes, it is exactly like marshmallow fluff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the fun of that session. I had never thought about mixing shaving foam and gunge, and it makes a delightful texture.
But it was just it was something really nice about that. Just that really brief thing at that event where people were dead interested in it. They were like, "What's going on in here?" Oh yeah, I'll stick my hand in that.
Yeah.
Like getting interested in the event as well, which was really it was great fun watching everybody kind of all the people's reactions to the different things. A bit like me, kind of having that really visceral negative reaction to the jelly stuff, which was awful.
I will admit, I found it hilarious when people came in, poked it, and went, "Oh yeah." Yeah, it was funny. There was one person who came, and they were playing with the jelly bath, and they were like, "This is the worst thing I've ever felt in my life." 10 minutes later, came back playing with the jelly bath again to talk about how it was the worst thing I've felt in my entire life.
Sometimes you just got to try it a couple of times just to make sure.
Yeah.
Often in the kink world, there's a very short step between I hate that, it's awful, and give it to me more.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah, so I feel like you can't say I'll try anything once. You've got to say I've got to try it. I'll try anything twice.
Definitely.
You've mentioned a couple of times how some elements of kind of doing balloons and doing wet and messy are sexual and some are non-sexual. I guess I'm just really interested in hearing about where that line is for you and what the different aspects of those kinks kind of meet sexual and non-sexual needs for you.
With wet and messy, there are certain textures that I'm okay with, like custard and cream. Porridge to an extent, so long as it's not too thick, but they don't sexually arouse me. Versus gunge, and I tried a slime recently. The texture of those are sexually arousing. So it depends on what I'm using and what kind of headspace and scene I want it to be. Yeah. If I want it to be more of a silly scene, I might go for things where I'm not going to get sexually aroused.
Yeah.
Like dumping a load of custard over my head isn't going to sexually arouse me, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Whereas dumping a bucket of gunge over my head, because I know that's going to sexually arouse me, even if in that scene I'm not going to get sort of sexual stimulation and relief, I like to try and plan for me to get that after. Because I'm like, I need you on standby after I've played with this gunge. I'm going to need some relief.
When I'm done with this, I'm going to be feral, so watch out.
So that's fun as well, because if I only have, say, I'm going to be in this pool of gunge and I'm going to be rolling around and we play games a lot in it where you might spin a wheel and it'll land on head and you pour the gunge over your head, it'll land on boobs and you lift your top and it gets poured down. So we introduce games into it quite a lot, which again feeds into that I enjoy silliness.
Yeah.
So while there's nothing inherently sexual happening there, I am getting aroused while we're playing this on the surface very silly game.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, balloons, playing with balloons isn't sexually arousing, but I can do things that are sexually arousing with them. For instance, getting spanked over a big banner balloon, being fucked in a balloon room. The balloons being there isn't part of why it's sexual.
Yeah.
They just kind of add to it almost. I'm trying to figure out the best way to... It's a tough one because I think for so many people, kinks are sexual.
Yeah.
And the vast majority of mine are sexual.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of hard saying why one isn't sexual.
Yeah. And
it's hard.
It was maybe a really unfair question because I don't think it's necessarily a binary thing. It's not like one is sexual and one isn't. So I guess an example from the kind of things that we do is impact. So I very much enjoy hitting kirizal with a whole variety of things.
Oh, yes.
And it's a really weird thing for me because it's mentally really arousing, and I get really kind of like turned on in my head about it. But it doesn't usually lead to us having sex as a result of that. It's a different kind of feeling, but it kind of is sexual for me when we do it. So it's that, it's
and
not
it can be very variable depending on headspace as well. There's times where we do impact where it's like, this is horny impact. We're really horny about this. And then there's other times where it's like, actually, you just want to hit me and I just want to get hit.
Yeah.
And there doesn't necessarily feel like there's a very strong sexual element to it. It's sort of there running in the background, but it's not the main focus. And it can be so variable, even within the same people and the same kinks. I can totally see how. But it is a hard one to pin down. It's hard to explain why something is or isn't sexual.
I think with the balloons, it's that the balloons are fun.
Yes.
But sometimes we just want to have sex while having fun.
Yeah.
And sometimes we just want to have fun. The balloons themselves don't create any sexual feelings.
Yeah.
But, we like having sex, so...
Yeah.
So sometimes that just ends up happening where, whether we're in the middle of balloons or not.
Yeah, I really enjoy, as I've said, sit to pops. Doing that doesn't arouse me. If I get some nice spanks out of them popping, that's a bonus, and that will possibly lead to arousal. Not always. It's that same thing of sometimes impact is just impact, and it's enjoyable where it's not horny.
Yeah.
But yeah, the sit to pops, I'm not sort of bouncing on it, getting wet. I'm bouncing on it, getting all giggly and oh god, it's gonna pop, and it's gonna it's almost like a weird hobby, rather than a kink. It's I'm just gonna go and blow up and sit on some balloons. No, it's not weird. Why would you say?
Maybe all of kink is just a weird hobby.
Yeah.
A lot of weird hobbies.
Because I find when I play with balloons, I don't need sexual gratification afterwards. When I play in gunge, I do. That's kind of I can blow up balloons and pop them, or blow up balloons and just keep them. I've done that a few times. Where I've had fun shaped balloons, I have a big caterpillar one, which is really cute. I blew that up and that lived on my bed for a week because it was just cute. I just liked it. I liked having it there. But yeah, I'm happy just kind of leaving it at that and just having that experience.
And the gunge makes you horny.
The gunge makes me very horny. It's just why I discovered one of the things I really like about slime was it had the same consistency as pre-cum, so that kind of visceral, stringy kind of between your fingers. That's how it was, and that again feeds into my other kink of I really like cum. I think I find gunge and WAM feeds into other kinks really easily, which probably explains why it's such it is in my top 3 because it does feed into other desires.
It's you like cum. Here's a bucket of 10 litres. And we have more buckets waiting.
It's and you don't have to bother with cocks. There's no stress. There it is. Did I say the word cock?
You have to say the word cock.
You've managed to be here for one of the episodes where they get the giggles about something sexual, which is great. Yeah. Always a good time.
It's ridiculous.
We talk about the most depraved things, and you're completely fine until someone talks about a penis.
Yeah.
That's it. Next time we get a bucket of gunge, I'm going to tell you what a big load I've got. Are you ready to take it?
I like to think I was probably more laughing at this concept. I just don't need to bother with cocks. Like the glee that you said that with. Life is so much easier without penises.
It really is. It's like, it's really hard being hypersexual and kinky and demisexual.
Yeah,
like, it's really hard.
Yeah.
Like, I have an incredibly high sex drive and absolutely no desire for anybody else unless I'm, like, really good friends with them, have known them for a long time and got that connection.
Yeah.
And that can be really tricky.
And that's why I'm so tired.
I was going to say, it's really tiring.
He didn't used to be great. He used to have, like, all black hair. We got together.
That's been your experience with me as well, isn't it, Mix? Because you always say you've got a low sex drive, but I would say you have a normal sex drive. It's just, unfortunately, you've invited a feral pig to live in your house.
Yeah.
And are constantly hassled for sex at all hours of the day and night.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which is it isn't as bad as you just made that sound.
Oh, you poor thing.
Pity me. Oh. You know, it's so awful. But it is fun to use that against you.
Yeah.
Because we do have that kind of difference in sex drive. You can be like crawling all over the place and kind of showing me your butt and wearing big hoodie, no pants, and I'm not like, yeah, we're going to watch TV.
It's very mean.
Yeah. It's great fun.
Yeah, no, he's as horny as me, so I get what I want from him. I just have to kind of like tilt my head and he's like, yeah, all right, let's go. Yes.
So a lot of the kinks that me and Mick talk about on this podcast, and the majority of kinks that we're into, really centre around power. That's a big thing for us. And I think when people think about kink, they often think of BDSM, which is all very much centred around power play, or at least a lot of it is centred around power play. Is power a part of these kind of kinks for you, or do these sit completely separate?
It can be. The nice thing about WAM and balloons is they're really versatile. Like, you can sort of mould and shape them to kind of fit your dynamic, fit your scene. One of the things I do a lot of with my balloons is I do a lot of sorry, I'm giggling because I'm thinking about it. Is I do jerk off instruction videos where I'm quite dominant, and I tend to do it where I'm sitting on a balloon or squeezing a balloon, and you have to come to my instructions, but if the balloon pops, then sucks to be you, doesn't it? Like, or I'll do ones where I'm blowing up a balloon and I'll talk them through and they're not allowed to come until I finish blowing up the balloon, and I'll release the balloon and be like, oh no, now we have to start all over again. And I enjoy kind of bringing that into it and the little head fuckery there. And then when we've played together, the one you spoke about earlier where you fingered me on the balloon and I had to come before the balloon popped, that was a power exchange.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily always in there. It just happens to quite a lot because power exchange is quite a big part of our dynamic. So it just kind of naturally seeps into a lot of what we do.
Yes. Although it is, oh, you like this? Excellent, I can use this against you.
Yeah.
Or, oh, you don't like that? Okay, I can use that against you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all DOMs just have the same immediate reaction to seeing you enjoy or not enjoy something. It's like, okay, how can I make this as terrible
as possible? How can I weaponize that?
Yeah.
And I think as a bottom, I'm quite well behaved, good. Mm-hmm. But as a top, I'm very bratty. So, yeah.
Enormously so. It's incredibly funny when he switches because he's such a good boy when he bottoms, but as a top, absolute brat. Yeah. Another thing I really like with balloons, sort of when we're thinking about the power, is I enjoy, if I know the other person is scared of balloons, sort of threatening to pop a balloon in their face, like eye contact.
Why would you do such a thing?
Like,
also a bratty top.
Yeah, it's, I'm gonna pop this balloon, you're gonna hate it, but I'm still gonna tell you to touch yourself, and you're still gonna do it for me because you're so good. Like, and I enjoyed that kind of little mind fuckery of, you're gonna do it because I'm telling you to do it, but you're also terrified that I'm gonna pop this balloon and it could ruin it for you, or you're gonna come and feel really ashamed of yourself afterwards. And I enjoy that. That's quite good.
But you can easily do either of them without any power play. Yeah. It's just play, isn't it? It's just fun.
Yeah, like I said, I think it is just because power is such a kind of big part of us
Yeah.
and me. Like, I enjoy having power. I enjoy giving power. It does tend to seep into everything I do. I think the only thing really that it hasn't sort of snuck its way into so far is when we play with Gunge. Aside from the sort of anticipation edging.
Aside from the time I tied you up.
Oh yeah,
Or Gunge
that
on
too.
you
Yeah,
and,
that
you know,
too.
made you default me. Yeah. Apart from that, yeah.
But apart from that, yeah, not really at
No.
all.
Just a little bit.
It's just a small bit. Yeah. There's that I'm trying to be like, no, yeah, it's everyone can play. You don't have to be into power play while also exclusively talking about power play.
But there's a difference between what everyone has to do and what feels good to you.
Yeah.
And I think one of the really fun things with Kinks is finding which ones mix and match really well.
Yeah.
And power is one of those things that really does combine with almost anything you can think of if you want it to. But that doesn't mean that it has to.
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly when we did the event, there were a lot of people who came on their own and just were happy to play in it. There were very few kind of couples and dynamics. I think there's maybe 1 or 2 pairs.
Maybe, yeah.
But even then, it was more somebody to come along to help facilitate it for them. It was mainly just people who wanted to kind of come along and get Gunge poured over them and mess about in it and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there weren't many kind of people in dynamics with that kind of play.
Yeah. It's something that definitely from what I've observed, kind of mostly from the outside of it, and when I made a little bit of content in that, it did seem like there were less people who wanted to involve any kind of power in it than those who didn't. Or if they did, it was at that very sort of light level that you talked about of wanting to see a bit of humiliation in the person receiving it, but not necessarily needing to participate in that humiliation in any way. They just wanted to see someone in an embarrassing state, not necessarily do anything to them.
Yeah, I think from sort of like my that is very much, what I've seen as well, and also get commissioned to do that. So yeah, I think humiliation is probably the biggest kind of linked kink that I've seen with WAM.
Yeah.
Just so because I don't have a humiliation kink at all. I'm like, no, I'm not a dirty little, no. That's me.
I think the only area of WAM that really like grabs me is I'm really interested in mud, and that's the only thing I never did when I tried it before. Because at the time, I lived in an upstairs flat, so I didn't have a garden to get mud. I didn't drive. I was not going to get a bus to the middle of nowhere, cover myself in mud, and then try to figure out how to get home, so I've never done it. But now that I've come back into kink, like, for myself, not for work, that's something that really appeals to me, because I do like humiliation and degradation. I like feeling dirty. I like feeling disgusting.
Yeah.
I like being called a pig, and I'm interested in exploring more of that, and it's like, that grabs me.
Yes, well, one of the things that I've been talking about doing at something, I don't know what, is I want to do a piggy puddle of basically a pool full of mud, because you can get type of powdered clay that you mix with water and it turns into a safe mud. It's not got all the parasites and stuff in it. I'd probably chuck lumps of grass in it just for authenticity. But
a few jelly worms.
Yeah, actually, that'd be actually. Okay, like, and having piggy puddle and being like, go and wallow in the mud, you pig, kind of thing. Like, I really want to do that.
That's good to know. We were thinking about doing some stuff when we're at camping next year, because there's lots of big muddy areas that we didn't explore last year, and I think that was a regret for me. We did so many things at camping but didn't get around to that, and it's like, right, that needs to be on the list next time.
And we saw a few people actually, didn't we, doing that sort of piggy play sort of thing, so rolling around in the mud. And different perspectives on it as well, rolling around in the mud and just really enjoying getting messy and rolling around in the mud and doing that. And then there was other people who did it in that kind of more humiliating and degrading
and being forced into the mud
kind
and
of,
things like that.
way.
Yeah, it's such fun, like, such a fun little world. But, yeah, I love the idea of playing in mud. I did it quite a lot as a kid. As I've gotten older, I've become, I wouldn't say a germaphobe, but I always have that in my head of, if someone's going to get a flesh-eating bacteria, it's going to be me.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, I'm like, I don't want to roll around in that, because that's definitely how I'm going to get that flesh-eating bacteria. But if there's a safe way to do it.
Yeah. I think I would take the risk with real mud, but I feel you on the having way more fear of flesh-eating bacteria than is necessary, because we had the fear of God put into us in the waterboarding class that we went to about, like, if you use tap water, you will get brainworms. And now I am so much more aware of what's in my water.
Wow, okay.
Mm-hmm. Were they talking about tap water? They were talking about lake water, weren't they? It's like they were like, for God's sake, don't get waterboarded.
Yeah, like lake water is a hard no, but I think they mentioned a case of someone who'd used tap water on a campsite. It was like those sort of like slightly like rickety sort of plumbing setups.
Yeah.
I don't think they were being waterboarded with it. I think it was from using a neti pot, which is essentially waterboarding. And yeah, they got a brain parasite.
Oh,
so
gosh, yeah, okay.
Terrifying. We use distilled water for waterboarding and probably always will.
Yeah.
So there you go. Come on our podcast. Go home with a new fear.
I know. I got my flesh-eating bacteria and my brain worms. Oh dear.
But I had no idea you could buy like safe mud.
Same. I would have done it years ago if I'd known you could do that.
I will find and drop you a link to it because
Excellent.
it's one that got recommended to me because on FET especially I chat in the groups sort of trying to figure things out, and I was talking about the piggy puddle and I was like, do I have to like ship in a bunch of mud that's going to be really heavy and like and someone was like, why don't you just buy the powder stuff? Like duh. I was like, that's the thing. So yeah, I'll drop you a link to it. It's not too expensive either, and apparently people use it for like facial treatments. Like it's meant to be quite good for the skin.
There you go.
It'll be the same. Yeah, of course you can get mud that you make face masks with. I just wouldn't have thought you could get it in enough bulk to play in it.
I believe the store is Messy FX Supplies, which is they do like film supplies. So whenever you see like slime pits and things in like alien films, 9 times out of 10 it's them who supplied it.
Awesome.
Like yeah, it's great. Very weird world. Like I've found myself in.
Yeah, we were recently trying to calculate how much gravy it would take to fill a bathtub.
Yeah, I want to
so I can make dinner, buddy.
Yeah. Do a custard and jelly scene, but then the cost of the jelly for the amount I'd need was just, it was looking like we were going to spend about 300 quid on jelly.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I remember looking at wholesale jelly supplies.
Oh, so yeah, that didn't happen, needless to say.
No.
Maybe one day I'll get like a rich WAM sugar daddy who's just like, let me indulge your dreams. Here's my Costco card.
I think you could start with jelly off liquid and let it set around you.
Oh, that would take hours though. Cause,
yeah.
Well, no, because you'd have to go in a fridge.
Oh, yeah, okay.
How are you going to put me in a fridge?
That wouldn't work.
No.
Okay.
Nice thought. Could you... No, it's not body safe at all, but like liquid nitrogen. Don't do this. But could you?
On today's episode of That's Not Very Rack of You.
Yeah.
I feel like that would just get really solid. Like you would be stuck in it, which might be the appeal, I suppose. But
like, yeah, would it go kind of like icy rather than the jelly kind of consistency?
Yeah, that's what I think. You'd end up with like jelly crystals, I think.
Yeah, no, that's not what we want.
That's not the vibe. Now, dream died.
But this is one of the things that I really like about kink, is that you end up in conversations like that, and you end up ordering things from websites that are not in any way kinky at all. Like we talked about
hog slappers,
which is where they act like a tattoo on pigs, and you can get like letters for it, letters and numbers, and you basically put it in the ink, slap it really hard on the pig, and it gives them their code for that farmer. And we were trying to work out how to order from a legitimate farming supplies company without necessarily tipping them off that we were doing it for perverted reasons. It's like what combination of numbers and letters would create a rude word but wouldn't necessarily tip them off and go, they're a bunch of perverts.
But then we found one where you can get a whole set of numbers and letters that you can switch it out yourself. You don't have to tell them what your serial number is, which might be the way to go.
And some of the farming supply companies, you have to phone them up and place the order.
Yeah.
You can't do it on the internet or send them an email. So it's like, yes, I'd like 5LUT.
I promise I'm a pig farmer, not a pervert.
Just I need to degrade my pigs. They're getting a bit too
It's the code they gave me at the pig ministry. Department of Pigs.
The temptation to make it just that's just the government.
Yeah. Bloody government. Oh. And the thing is, they brought back, fine, that makes sense. Sounds like something those bastards would do. I think we've talked about some of this as we've gone through, but it's kind of you create content online for people. You do camming as well, I think, and you've organised events. So there's that kind of crossover between the personal and the professional in some of this. And does that increase the impact of those kinks, or kind of lessen it a little bit if you're doing it in that professional context?
So I have a semi-unique style of the way I film is almost like a YouTube video. I talk to the person who's watching.
Right.
Which I kind of never really twigged was slightly odd until I collaborated with a few people. And they were like, no, we just do fly on the wall. We act and just film it. So my videos are quite personable.
Yeah.
There is videos where I am a character and it is very porn star, what you expect, But I find, especially with Balloon and Gunge, because I'm personally really into them, when I film, I try to film for me, but just publish for them.
Yeah.
So talking to the camera as if I'm talking to a friend, I'm giggling, I'm sort of describing sensations. It is just like I'm inviting a friend into my personal kinky time.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I was to try and play a character while playing with those kinks, I genuinely don't think I would be able to.
Right.
So I'm trying to think of an example. I recently did a commission where I played a nurse. I'm not into nurses. It just doesn't do anything for me. So I found it really easy to kind of separate me from the character that I was playing.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if I'm indulging in something I really like, I want to enjoy it for me as well.
Yeah. Which I think it sounds like a really good space to be in. It's like you can enjoy it. You can enjoy it as a personal thing because it's something that you're into, but also you can do it professionally. It's not that that separation doesn't seem quite as clear then, which I feel like is a good thing.
I think so. I think it comes from as well. I started as a camming model before videos, so I kind of started with the talking to someone aspect, and then was asked to make videos. So I kind of just carried on with that style of I'm talking to someone.
Yeah.
Whereas I wonder if maybe if I'd have started with videos, I'd have gone with the fly on the wall option because I wouldn't have been used to talking to someone.
Because it's quite a different approach, quite a different skill set, isn't it? Kind of. I don't think I could produce porn for people at all. But that idea of kind of doing the camming stuff that you've done just seems really hard to me because you've got to maintain engagement with people. So it's a really strong mindset that you have to have to be able to do that, I think.
Yeah, camming I definitely find the most difficult because I have chronic illnesses and I suffer with fatigue and pain quite a lot. And when you're on cam, you have to keep your energy levels high. You can't sort of like, I was about to say you can't lay down and have a nap, but I have been paid to have a nap.
Literal dream.
You typically can't just say, I'm tired, guys, I'm going to have a nap for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, because then you lose your audience. They go to the next person. Whereas I can film a bunch of videos in a week, edit them, and schedule them to go up for when I'm having dips. So I enjoy doing the videos more. I do enjoy camming because I've built up like a nice little group of regulars. I don't do it as often as I'd like at the minute due to the fatigue and everything because that gets so much worse in winter. Yeah, I do think coming from the camming world first definitely had a really heavy impact on my videos.
Yeah.
And I think it's worked for me. It's not to everyone's taste because a lot of people, they like watching something happening. They don't want the involvement that I add with my videos.
Yeah.
You don't get that voyeuristic thing because I am talking directly to you. You are in this with me. Like, you bought the video, we're in this together.
But we are getting that personality coming across.
Yeah.
Rather than just watching you masturbating on a bed for sort of a chat.
Yeah.
The persona comes across.
Yeah, which I like that, and I have found that it works well for me. Like,
I think there's an increasing demand for connection in porn because I think there's so much free porn out there, whether that's through piracy, whether that's clips people are sharing for free, whether that's just amateurs who aren't making any money off it. If you want just any kind of free porn, it's there.
Yeah.
So when people pay for porn, they're looking for something more than just another video to watch. They are looking for a connection with somebody, and whether that's through sort of providing like chat services and stuff, whether that's through camming or whether that's through the video kind of inviting people in, that's the stuff that tends to sell. That's what the market is looking for now.
Yeah, it's doing it this way as well has helped me to really enjoy my work. I think, again, if I was trying just, like you said, masturbate on a bed and just film that, I don't think I could stick at it because it would feel, I wouldn't be getting anything from it. Well, aside from monetary, obviously, but like, it would be a little bit like there's no joy coming from that. I'm not looking forward to setting up the camera. I'm not looking forward to sitting and editing for hours at a time. So doing it this way, I enjoy it. I'm having fun doing it. I'm having fun editing it. I like sharing it. I have built a nice little following of people who I know, and whenever they buy a video, I'm like, oh, that's so-and-so. It's nice to see you again, kind of.
Yeah.
The connection, it isn't just for the buyer, but in my experience as a seller, that connection is really important.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because I did sex work for about 5 years. My concept of time from that long ago is going screwed in my early 20s. And I got so burned out so quickly. I think because I was so aware going in of the risk of sort of like stalkers and harassment and all of that kind of stuff, I had my walls up really high and I had really rigid boundaries, and I deliberately shut down any of those opportunities for connection with the people who I saw in person, the people who bought my work. It was very much like, here is a product, you can have that, you don't get me. And I think that really contributed to the burnout because I wasn't personally invested. I wasn't letting myself be. It became very much a mechanical thing that I was doing, and it's really nice to hear about people who've found the way to get that balance right. It clearly wasn't something that I was quite in the right place for, maybe because I was so young, maybe just because it isn't for me, but I think it's really amazing how you've found the way to keep the pleasure and the joy in that.
Yeah, it's you've definitely still got to keep some walls up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like, you know, there are some people who are a little too connected. Yeah, you've definitely got to keep your walls up to an extent. But,
It's that parasocial
yes.
kind of thing, isn't it? That's not the sort of thing that is just reserved for the likes of Taylor Swift and Beyonce and people like that. It is people like yourself who are kind of creating that kind of content online as well. It's can be a really tricky thing to
any level of public presence, and you start to get it because if people are seeing a lot of you on their screens, even if they are one of your 5 fans in the whole world, to them you're famous, and they start to respond accordingly.
Well, it's the same on Fet. You see someone who's got thousands and thousands of followers but maybe aren't super active on the scene, and then they go to an event and are suddenly swamped by people. They have no clue who they are. They're just a drop in the ocean. But like you say, that one person has seen so much of them, they think of them as like, well, I already know you. You know, I'm ready to be your submissive because I know everything about you. What do you mean that I need to go away because I'm freaking you out? Like, it's, I feel like any kind of public platform, there is that parasocial kind of,
Yeah. It's like, it's a really sweet kind of parasocial, and I don't mind it, and I don't want anyone listening to this to be like, oh, I feel bad. Like, but I sometimes get comments on my TikToks of people being like, you seem so amazing. Like, I would love to be your best friend. I wish I could sit and talk to you for hours. And it's like, you see my public persona, you see the polished me, and I try to be really authentic, really honest. That's definitely the aim. But also, it's the 10 minutes of the day when I'm filming is when I'm the most switched on. As a friend in real life, I'm the person who will ignore your text for 4 days because I'm burned out.
Yeah.
Like, I am a lot more fun as someone to follow on TikTok than I am as someone to be friends with.
Yeah. Very much the same. I'm like I say, with my porn, I try to have my personality in there, but you are seeing the bunny that has spent like an hour putting themselves together and planning stuff out and immediately takes off the bra when they get home. And, sits in their like sweatpants to edit videos. You know, I'm not the dream you think I am. I'm so sorry. Or maybe I am. Maybe you're into that. Hey boys.
Yeah, I am. But on the personal, professional thing, one of the interesting things about both the kinks we're talking about is you came to them on the professional side.
Yeah.
And then incorporated them into your personal life. So it's not like you took something that was important to you personally and then spun it into your work. It's you found balloons, you found guns through your work.
Yeah, I don't think I would have found them organically if it hadn't been for the professional side. Because balloons hadn't entered my radar as something that could even be a kink, let alone have a go with. And gunge, as I said, from that little experience I had with chocolate sauce, I was fully prepared to never touch anything like that again in my life. And yeah, if I hadn't have been doing the event and wanted to make sure I could do it properly, I'd have never experienced it. So I definitely owe quite a bit to the profession. The professional bunny has done wonders for. Yeah.
Excellent.
So as we start to gradually wind ourselves down, I just wanted to say thank you so much for both of you coming and sharing so much about this. It's, like I said at the start, it's such a good opportunity for us to learn a lot more about this area, and I think it'll be really good for a lot of people who listen to us.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
For having us.
Do you have anything that you would like to promote or direct people to see more of what you do?
So if you fancy having a look at the porn that I make, it would be really cool. I'm on many vids, Fansly, OnlyFans. Where else am I? Clips for Sale. Basically, I'm in a lot of places, but my username's UK Chubby Bunny. It's everywhere, so that's nice and easy to find.
Amazing.
Excellent stuff.
So yeah, thanks a lot for coming, and I'm excited to see what we carve out of this in the edit and get out into the world. It's been a few diversions, but they've been
Apologies.
No, we like diversions, we encourage diversions, and we're usually the most guilty of them. So it's been amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Don't Scare the Newbies.
You can support us on Patreon for a whole extra episode every month, and head to kirizal.com for my blog and links to everywhere else you can follow me. See you next time.